morning to all lovely children there. I welcome you to another exciting class of science. We continue revising chapter number 13, that is sound chapter. Now in a nutshell, I will tell you that in this particular chapter you have studied the different definitions like definition for frequency, amplitude, time period, vibration, etc. You also studied some numericals in which you try to calculate the depth of sea. That is, we talk about sonar. Then you studied the internal structure of human ear, and finally we talk about noise pollution in this particular chapter. Okay. In my previous video, I shared with you the exercise question answers, the answers for the objective type of question answers which are given at the end of the chapter. Now today, we'll be discussing the in-text question answers which are there with the heading oral questions. Okay, so keep your books and your pencils ready and let's start discussing them. It will be better if you write the answer yourself and then tell me the answer with mine. That will be the actual revision which I look for. Okay, so let's get started. Page 155. The first question is, what name is given to the to and fro motion of a vibrating body about its mean position? What name is given? It is called as vibration. To and fro means backward and forward. Okay, so here the answer will be vibration. Second question. A body vibrates 10 times in 0.1 second about its mean position. What is the frequency of the body? Now, in order to solve this numerical, children, first recall what is frequency. Frequency, you know, it is the number of vibrations produced in 1 second. Okay, so keeping that definition in mind, we are going to solve this numerical. Let's go in, write the statement. 0.1 second number of vibrations completed is equal to, how many they have given? 10. This is given in the question. Now when we measure frequency, we need that the time should be 1 second. Okay. So next will be, therefore in 1 second number of vibrations completed, it will be equal to 10 upon 0.1, and if you solve this, it will be equal to 100. Since its frequency will be 100 hertz. Okay, this is the answer for the second question. Next question, question number 3. 10 waves of water reach the shore in 5 seconds. What is the time period of the waves? Right? So here it will be time period is equal to 10 upon, okay, just make a correction over here. Let's go stepwise. Okay, I was trying to solve it in short, but let's go stepwise. Follow the formulae which are given in the chapter. So we'll go that way, right? Let's not be in a shortcut method. So first thing which we'll find out here is frequency. Okay, so we can say that in 5 seconds, 10 waves, that means you can say it's number of vibrations only. Number of waves reached is equal to 10. Okay, then in 1 second, number of waves reached is equal to 10 upon 5 is equal to 2. Okay, now this is the frequency. It is 2 hertz. What we have to calculate? We have to calculate the time period. You know there is a relation between time period and frequency. That is, time period is equal to 1 upon frequency. So what will be our next step? We'll substitute the values in this formula. It will be 1 upon 2, and if you solve this, it will come out to be 0.5 seconds. So this is the answer. Okay, I thought of solving it directly, but better if you do it stepwise. Okay, so this is the third answer. Now let's switch over to the fourth question. That is, see children, when you get numericals and examination also, please try to solve them stepwise and write appropriate unit, write the formula which you are using for solving them. Everything should be mentioned. Okay. So our fourth question is, it's based on the definition which you have studied. What term is used to describe the maximum displacement of a vibrating body about its mean position? If you can recall, a bob or a ball attached to a thread, okay, maximum, the ball goes to the extreme point, that is at A. Now this distance OA, maximum displacement of a vibrating body from its mean position, is known as amplitude. So the fourth answer, it will be amplitude. Come to fifth question. What is the range of infrasonic waves? It is infrasonic, you know, we can't hear them. It is less than 20 hertz. Okay, so learn all the range for infrasonic, ultrasonic and for sonic vibration. Next question. What is the range of ultrasonic vibration? It's about 20,000 hertz. So again we can't hear them. Okay, infrasonic and ultrasonic both cannot be heard by human ear. 7. What is the range of sonic vibration? Between 20 hertz to 20,000 hertz. Okay, so this is the answer for the 7th one. 8th one. Name 2 animals which can hear ultrasonic waves. So one is dogs. You must have studied about Galton whistle, how the dogs are trained. Okay. So one is dogs, another bats, dolphins, anything you can write. Come to next question, which is question number 9. State 2 uses of ultrasonic vibration. So you can write these uses just above these oral questions. A blue box is there. From there you can write any 2 uses. Okay. So I hope you all will do it yourself. Right? 9th one. Okay. Did you know? From there you can write. Or just write it this way. Number 1, in relieving pain in the joints. In relieving pain in the joints and the muscles. First use. Second use, that is used in detecting flaws in metal articles. Okay, so this is the second use where ultrasonic vibrations are used. This is the first set of question answers which are given on page number 155. Now let's switch over to next set of question answers which are given on page 158. So open your books on page 158. First question is, in which material sound travels fastest? Yes, it's the solid. Speed of sound in solid, it is 3300 meter per second. Liquids, it's 1600 meter per second. In gaseous or in air, it's 330 meter per second. So it is the least in gaseous state. Next question, what is the approximate speed of sound in water? Water, since it's a liquid, so second answer will be 1600 meter per second. Third one, Why is it not possible to talk on the surface of the moon? So all talkative students should be left on the moon, so that whatever they are saying, we won't be able to hear them. Right? This is because on the surface of moon, there is no air. And for sound to travel, some medium is required. So for this, the answer will be sound needs a material medium for propagation, right? Then on the surface of moon, there is no air. Okay. Hence, it is not possible to talk there, right? So, big relief for the teachers who will teach on the surface of the moon. We are looking forward to reach or land on the moon very soon. Okay, question number 4 now. Name a device used for finding the depth of the sea. The device is known as sonar. That is sound, navigation and ranging. Short form is sonar. Okay. 5th, what is the function of pinna in the external ear? Right. So I am going to write the answer for this question on that side. Okay. Pinna, it collects the sound waves, right, and directs them towards the air canal, and ultimately it reaches to the eardrum or the tympanic membrane, right? So 5th answer will be, that is, pinna collects the sound waves and directs them through ear canal. Okay, so this is the answer for the 5th question. Number 6th question now. What name is given to a circular membrane at the end of the inner ear? Okay, the circular membrane. Now here make a change. Instead of inner ear, make it outer ear. Right? We have a membrane. Okay. Make it. Okay. Just put a cross on inner. Question में change करेंगे and make it outer. Right? The correct answer for this is, that is, ear drum or tympanic membrane. Come to 7th question now. How many bones are there in the middle ear? There are 3 bones: anvil, stirrup and hammer. Okay. Since they have not answers to name, so we'll just write the number. Okay. But the name is anvil, hammer and stirrup. Question number 8. Which part of the inner ear is associated with hearing? It is cochlea. Okay. It is lined with sensory cells, which receives the signals, converts them and directs them to the brain for recognition of the sound. 9. Which part of the inner ear is not associated with hearing? It is the semicircular canals. They are not associated with hearing. They just help in balancing. Last question of this page. How does sound energy from the inner ear reach the brain? So for this, you will be marking your answer on page 157. Okay, just mark it there. Page 157, just above figure 13.10, we have the column starting with cochlea. So you will be writing there cochlea, which is a part of inner ear. Okay, it starts from here. Cochlea, add there. Cochlea, which is a part of inner ear, is a spiral. Okay, continue this till interprets the sound. Full para you will be writing. That is, cochlea, which is a part of the inner ear, is a spiral tube lined with sensory receptors, which are connected to the sensory nerve. The sensory nerve is connected to the brain. When the vibrations amplified by the middle ear enter the cochlea, the fluid in it starts vibrating, right? These vibrations are picked up by the sensory receptors and then converted into electrical signals. The electrical signals then travel through the sensory nerve to the brain. It is ultimately the brain which, on receiving electric signals, interprets the sound. Okay, so this is the answer which you are supposed to write if you get such question. Okay, then next set of questions that is given on page number 164. So let's start with these question answers. Page 164, we begin with the first question. Page 164. 1. What is loudness of sound? Okay, so you will be writing the definition from keywords. Okay, so write from keywords. Definition for loudness is given. Characteristic of sound which distinguishes a feeble sound from a loud sound of the same frequency. Okay, so keywords, fourth point. That definition you will write. Second, does loud sound travel faster than feeble sound? No. Loudness has no relation with the speed of sound. It has to travel through air. So whether it is loud or feeble, it will travel with the same speed. That is, it will travel with the speed of 330 meter per second. So answer here is no. Number 3. How can we increase loudness of sound of vibrating bodies? So for this, you will be writing your answer from page number 159. Turn your pages. How can we increase the loudness of sound? Okay. We have something called key ideas. Okay. Page 159. Key ideas. First and second point. That is, loudness increases with the amplitude of vibrating body. Second point, loudness increases with the increase in surface area of vibrating bodies. These 2 points you will be writing. Okay. Then come to next question. Question number 4. What do you mean by the term pitch of sound? Again, we'll pick up the definition from the keywords. So fourth answer again. Keywords. Okay, first, second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh, eighth. 8th point. Pitch. The effective sound of different frequency on the ears is known as pitch. Come to question number 5. Why do women have shrill sound as compared to man? This is because women produce sound of more frequency. Instead of high, let's write it more frequency. Women produce sound of more frequency. More is the frequency, more shrill the sound is, and higher will be the pitch. So this is the answer for the 5th question. Come to 6th question. Give one difference between a musical sound and noise. Yeah. So I think there are 3 differences which are given in the book for this particular answer. Okay, let's write only one difference they are asking for. So we'll also write only one. You can mark this answer in your book. It's given on page 161. Okay, that is table 13.1. From there, pick up any one point and you can write. Okay, come to 7th answer now. Name 4 kinds of musical instrument. Yes, page 162, the answer is there. So let's write the answer. Number 1, stringed instrument like guitar, violin, sitar, etc. Number 2, that is wind instruments like shehnai, flute, etc. Number 3, membrane or percussion instruments like dholak, tabla, etc. And last set of musical instrument, that is dhana vadya. Okay, this is the last set of musical instrument. Okay. Then come to next question, question number 8. Name the unit of sound. Now here make a change. I said there is no unit of sound. So there has to be, the question has to be changed. What change you will make? Instead of sound, write frequency. So all of you know that frequency, it is measured in hertz. So answer is hertz. Okay? Make a correction in the question itself. Sound काट के frequency लिख देंगे. Question number 9 now. What is the range of loudness of sound which human beings can tolerate? Loudness of sound. We can tolerate up to 80 decibels. So you can write there. Sound above 80 decibel is painful. Okay, so this is the answer for 9th question. About 80 decibel we can't hear. Name 5, it becomes irritating. Name 5 sources of noise in home. So page 163, you know, mixer, grinder, your washing machines, your television sets, your loudspeakers, they all make noise at house. So page 163, you can write the answer from there. That is sources of noise. Okay. Come to 11th and the last question. State 3 harmful effects of noise. This we will be writing from again page 163. Okay. It is harmful effects 13.17. 13.17. Okay, so this is one set of index question answers which we were supposed to discuss. In my previous video, I discussed with you the exercise question answers. In this video, I have discussed the index question answers. In my next video, I will be discussing with you the question bank. So revise the question bank thoroughly. Till then, stay home, stay safe, stay healthy.